Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. We are back in part 50 in the full walkthrough in the Crew 2 after taking part from part 49 by participate in 2 street race events plus a hovercraft event to be well introduced to have Gator Rush. Mostly to have stage number 4 of the US Speed Tour East Edition from Dallas, Texas to Santa Fe, New Mexico, along with a special to be take place to have Central Woods East to be having a same track layout will have to be ready to go on. But it was a lot of fun out there for having a best time to leave Texas and go straight over to be at New Mexico. For this part of the video segment, I might have to go on to have street race event for having some location all around in Santa Fe, especially to have Arch Park Trail for having one air race discipline, and mostly to have stage number 5 in Rallycross for the part of the East Edition of the US Speed Tour. Will be starting out from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Pikes Peak, Colorado. We'll have to be at the finish line to have a famous park. We'll have to be driving in to be at the hill climb. But just to wait until I'm about to be planned and scheduled for part 51 But just to wait, you guys, part 51 will be set to be scheduled later on after part. But just to wait, you guys, part 51 will have to be set and scheduled by coming soon after participate with some more events to be circled around in Santa Fe. So first up, time to get ready to go street race to be at Central Woods 2 or Marlow for doing the first part of the video event. But mostly I just tried out once before it just barely got interrupted due to the server issues. Time for me to grab my Corvette C6 CR1 2009 to get ready to roll. This time it's about to go for the nighttime to have a snow themed condition for this part of the event. Just like all kinds of different theme conditions during the part of the live summon for this part of the same location for only one event. So now, gonna have to try this and go for another round due to the interruption. So here I go, let's do this and kick it up to be in the first position at the go. Let's go clean racing to be on the snow at night. So very good after doing a whole lot of practice during the live summon until gonna have to go for the real deal. Dropping in the snow, gonna have to keep driving to stay steady to avoid getting off the track to be on the road. Another checkpoint clear. Keep it up and keep it go. But good thing that we are in the fall season in November until December will be coming this year. But it will have to take a few more weeks until winter season will be arrived soon in the 21st. But I bet the holiday is about to go earlier at the start because of Thanksgiving is about to be having a perfect moment for this year towards the end of the month. But good grief. All I really might need to watch is gonna have to do a Thanksgiving special from Charlie Brown. Boy, I just really do love watching Charlie Brown specials like It's a Great Big Pumpkin, Thanksgiving Special, This is America, and a Charlie Brown Christmas is going to be so very good to be cheered. But man, I just really love to watch these specials to go back on public television until it's going to be set to be exclusive on Apple TV+. But almost there. Gonna have to stick over to be on the driving strategy and about 50% by the halfway mark to be on the progression. Almost there to be proceed on to the Midwest. There we go, another checkpoint clear. Take the inside turn on the street, covered in snow, and all around on my Corvette will have to take some time to go melting out to have a good quick time to do some car wash. There we go. Stay on top of the lead. No having contact at this time, just to be drive safe and beat the snow on the road like driving in Dominion Frozen. Okay, keep it going and gonna have to go across the bridge. 80% in the progression is now gonna have to take 20 more to go. Well, good thing that having a perfect time in fall season after Halloween ends, but next year it's gonna get much more fine spooky out there for during the part of the full walkthrough. But in the meantime, if I could probably might have to go back to be on the east coast for going up north. Finish line is just right up ahead. There we go. Looks like first place just to be planned and going well to be exactly. Finally, right on time and right at the good perfect earnings to have 25,000 bucks. There's only 2 parts, 1 for the common and 2 for the rare. That makes it 3 parts to be received after having 1 event is complete. Well, of course it is, because that part of the clip will give a perfect time to spare. So let's make it stop at the moment to be on the side of the road. Alright, now gonna have to take a good check on the map. Wow, looks like it takes a long way back to Texas after having 1 race event to be leaving from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Central Woods to Amarillo is gonna have to be a long way trip to go back onto the big state. Mostly because other 2 events to be having the same location to be on the directional to be on the south and the west to be at Central Woods. So let's go to the south for having another round to be on the street race, and this time I'm about to pick a different street race vehicle by a selection. Gonna have to stop right here and gonna have to get organized to choose the best perk level to be at the same 280. Alright, so choose any road car, any street car I want. Well, I guess having a perfect time to be at Central Woods to be racing at New Mexico for having a good time to be on the street race. Mostly later on after having several events to be checked and complete until gonna have to go forward to have the next event to be on the air race discipline. But I've never been there before, but it'll have to take a whole lot of patient time ever since I have participated from every live summit event to get all kinds of different cars and vanities. So let's see, gonna have to choose any best UDRS liveries or any road car to be well selected. Alright, so I guess the Chevy Corvette CA Stingray might be quite very good to go for doing the next part of the event. Good thing it is going to be becoming a very good, excellent second time favor in the crew too. So I'm all ready up and gonna have to go proceed to be at the starting grid in the different spots. But I bet it does. It might give a good, excellent moment to have 3 Corvettes in different events on the same location. Now, let's go and take it to the street.
No need to be nervous. You got the car and you got the skills.
Okay, looks like Road Hazard is in the way. Coming through, take the lead, and gonna have to stay on top in the first position. So after having Central Woods to Amarillo for having a nighttime in a snow-themed condition, this will be a daytime we'll be driving around to be at the forest in the Midwest. But I really bet this part of the event for only 3 parts is going to have to do excellent to do all kinds of different theme and condition. But not to mention because other kinds of 2 events to be in the middle of nowhere that also includes with a flashback retro edition from American Legends Season 5 Episode 2. But man, looks like it gives a good retrospective nostalgia to have all kinds of pixelated background to be drive in the 80s. Only for having one Japanese background style is going to be quite giving a good JDM vibe nostalgia. So keep it up and go, and press on for having a main straightaway at the get-go. Okay, turn right up ahead. Keep it up and go. Very nice and very awesome to stay clean racing on the street. But the surface is about to get a little bit slippery, but good thing the 4th anniversary tire that I just outfitted is going to be quite very good to be red lined up and go and find a perfect line. There goes our Marlowe, just to be passed by after the first event is complete. Gonna have to slide around and expand the minimap whenever I have to see the Eagle Falls Motorsport Park. Time to give it for a backfire. There goes a deer, passed by, reappeared. 75% in the progression, only 25 to go. Alright, keep going, keep driving. There goes Dallas, Texas to be passed by. Time to go kick up the nitro and wait for the standby. Only one more checkpoint to go. Finish line is just right up ahead. Alright, looks like taking an ordinary street race to go back to Texas. That means gonna have to go back to square one. And good news, Icon 1945 has now reached a brand new level. Good thing putting up with some extra points to be packing up to go Icon to be well boosted up to be extended. But I mean, I should probably have to be level up quickly or to be doing much more possibilities whenever I can. Alright, so maybe just gonna have to do one last stop before gonna have to go back to be at the headquarters whenever I have to be at. Okay, well, good thing for the replay just to be saved. I just barely accidentally pressed the D-pad button. Alright, now time to go zoom out. Off-road headquarters, up I go to be sort things out to get all kinds of parts to be stored in to be at the mailbox. But I mean, of course, because a little birdie just told me to get all these parts to be collected that we might need to be strapped in to be converted to do some spare parts. That's how what we need to do, just gonna have to scrap all kinds of different parts that you may no longer use. I'm at the off-road headquarters and gonna have to go check on the mailbox. Whoa, looks like I have tons of them. I'll have to sort things out just to be planned and gonna have to be remove all the rare and epic parts just to be planned and well depends to have some more room. But good thing I just got filled out to be at 4,360,000 spare parts. It'll have to be much more converted just to be in case to have all kinds of different affixes by the upgrade. Just give me 1 second. Now I have to do the sort things out to make some more room. Alright, there we go. Just gonna have to keep pressing like that. And then, just gonna have to make some more room. Otherwise, more spare part to be well scrapped up. There we go. That should do it much more fine to be planned. And gonna have to do some more loot part to be needs on common, rare, and epic. If I could probably see a legendary loot part, that would be much more fun to be needed. So let's check again. Central Woods to our Marlowe is check. South is complete. Now, all I need to do is gonna have to go move on to be in the next event to be at the west. Perfect. Perfect event ever since from the special from the US Speed Tour East Edition. So let's go, and I'm about to choose a different car to be selected. Go for the brand. Alright, gonna have to go with Chevrolet. choose a Camaro, Silverado, or Corvette whenever I might have to be well chose to be selected. Okay, well, let's go and take on the C7 Corvette Stingray. We'll have to do the next part. But this one is going to be having a different look of a variation that is also to be based from my Group 4 version from Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7. But good thing I got 3 of them to be imported to GT7 to have 3 different kinds of variation, to have the white, blue, and Grand Sport version. But the number 18 that also indicates to represent my own part as Insportec Racing. So let's give it a drive and go. Here comes the train. So let's follow and gonna have to go driving to be on the road. Here's something else that might have a good reference from GTA San Andreas to be follow the train. But you know the quote, follow the train, CJ. Yep, that's how I'm about to go for the chase with the train. Coming through, another checkpoint clear for this part of the condition to be on early morning. But I really bet it's going to be on evening because of the wet surface to be on the road. All I can do is going to have to do drive carefully and go clean racing because of the racing slick tire to be outfitted. That's the ticket. Stay handling to be on the clean road. It's like driving on the track. Okay, very close call. Stay on the main team formation. Going up at the hill. Same thing like last time when racing on special. Alright, here I come. Enter Santa Fe, New Mexico for having a straightaway entrance. Alright, very good. Time to go clean racing to have that tight turns to go obstacle overcome. 11 seconds from behind the gap. Going down in about 10. 8 seconds, updated by a second ago. Okay, wonderful. Very wonderful, just like I'm driving the C6 Corvette CR1. Now the C7 will have to take that challenge. We'll have to go for only one street race to overtake several opponents to stay in the lead. And here it is, on to the far distance view, you guys. That's how I'm about to go to be at Pikes Peak for the next video. Now arriving in Arch Park Trail. Keep it up and stay on the main defense to be ongoing. 10% to go remaining. Almost there. Gonna have to slow down and go quickly, fast as I can. Past the checkpoint I go. Team UDRS Insportec and the Chevy Corvette C7 Stingray takes the finish line at the podium. But ladies and gentlemen, 3 minutes, 19.819 seconds to be in first place by having a first attempt is now cleared and complete. Awesome work and marvelous. Just in time to have a perfect moment to be arriving in Arch Park Trail for having one air race discipline. Let's have a good check again on the map. Alright, so looks like Central Woods to Armarlo has been definitely well disappeared to be having some highlighted to be on the red line. So what else should I have to do for something else next? But in the meantime, because only 2 events to go, including US Speed Tour East Edition to take on stage number 5. So let's go and place a waypoint to be arriving in Arch Park Trail for an air race. Pardon me. I just had dinner, but it was good. I just had some 4 pieces of pizza to have a normal amount of pieces of having some ordinary cheese with some spinach. But eventually, different kinds of different tastes of the pizza that will be quite very good to taste after having some break time to be called in. But there's no need to have a jump in by the teleport. All I need to do is gonna have to drive in to be at the arrival destination. I don't know what am I doing, but I should probably might have to go for the third trail because the GPS just really tries to give me a distraction. There we go. Right back at respawn, and here it is.
You'll be canyon racing this time out. It takes skill, but remember, you are a precision flyer, flying a precision machine.
Between giant rock walls. Don't hit the giant rock walls. I'd miss you. And the plane.
Yep, time for me to go to fly out to use the Harmon rocket HR-3 to be at Arch Park Trail. So let's go proceed and have that platform to be at the starting position. Okay, looks like there might be some invisible bump just gonna be well appeared. So anyway, let's get ready to take off. Match every figures on every checkpoints to be well specifically. Let's go extreme. Going in to take that good vertical position. 1 second perfect. Gonna have to stay on track. Oh boy, looks like this air race event is gonna be very much more difficult to handle. Looks like I'm going natural and gonna have to stay way on to the further edges without getting hit by the rocks. But that's right folks, try to be very more careful when you're on the air race event. That's how the rock is gonna be a very tough time to have a weakness, just gonna have to keep a good elevation to stay on track. Now let's turn around and go for doing a vertical line. Kick it up and go for the high gear. That's the ticket. Now here comes the hard part before going under the bridge and go up above by doing a loop. See? Not too shabby. Very good to have 2 times. First lap clear. Onward to lap number 2. Okay, very good. Now gonna have to stay on the main progression to have 1 second perfection. There goes the loop. 21 second is cleared and gonna have to go way up above and go back around. Okay, let's switch it up. Do this part of the stunt, and that is going to be so good to be extreme. Checkpoint clear, and here comes the final stretch. Finish line to go underneath the bridge. Oh yeah, looks like I am going expert to be as a flying wizard. Good job to have a natural moment to have first position to be well cleared by having 1 time attack. More parts to be collected and more to be acquired. Way to go for Team UDRS in Sportech to be fly in the sky. Airspeed has now to be highlighted to have a new personal record. Now I'm at currently to be at 1.4 million bucks. So I bet if I could probably might have to go for another round for the next event. the middle of nowhere plus Flashback Japan is now set to be featured to have 2 events on the same track layout. Original and pixelated background is going to be so more likely. Alright, looks like I'm temporarily used the 4-Sport Racing Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3. Now, gonna have to switch back to have a different vehicle go by the recommend. But in the meantime, because I might have to go to have Mitsubishi or any kinds of different vehicles for having a filters to be well selected by the recommend. So let's have a good check. Right, Mitsubishi Eclipse, Lancer Evolution X, and 3000 GT. Well, let me just gonna have to go for a quick thinking. I got it. I should probably have to go and use the Mazda RX-8 Gold Edition ever since I have acquired from Gold Seeker 2. That would be quite very good before, so I'm about to go for the Gold Rush again once, because that will might have some golden type vanity who will have to give a good excellent street racing spotlight to hit the goal. So let's go and take on for having a starting position at the grid. It's so hot out there to be in the middle of nowhere, so it'll have to take much fine regular street race will have to be on the get-go. So let's go and feel the Gold Rush. But I really did remember ever since I had participated in Gold Seeker 2 during the part of the American Legend season. But it was a very good shiny gold car to have a black base color and some golden trims. But good thing that the golden livery to be putting up to have a well wrapped up design to becoming much more fine golden to become a rich fortune to have one JDM car. But someday, I'll have to get the Thunderwave addition to the same car is going to be becoming much more fine wave to be going electrified to be in blue. I really gonna have to keep it up. It is gonna be driving in to be in the middle of nowhere for this part of the event. So let's keep it up and keep it go. Lap number 1 clear, moving on and entered lap number 2. So, looks like 7 opponents is still barely trying to catch up to me. But I just really love this course to be driving in the middle of nowhere for having one street race event. But especially to have a pixelated background in Flashback Japan Edition during episode 2 in season 5 of American Legend. But I have been participating to do all kinds of clues and discoveries to get some new rewards and new cars, especially the Nissan 300CX known as the Fair Lady C in Japan. But I bet I've already have one imported edition ever since I have acquired from Night Shift 2. But it was a very good car to have a different modification. But you guys might gonna have to have the same car to have a 300CS that features different customization options. But I didn't have one. But I'll be willing to get this one someday after finishing up on USB Tour East and West Edition for having a full walkthrough video segment. And there you go. First place to have a total time 2 minutes 44.675 seconds. 20,000 bucks to be earned to have 522. More loot parts to be received as well. Good job and solid gold, baby. Solid gold and take the Gold Rush to have a nice natural taste of a horizon. Alright, so time to go and get back to be at the same spot by the teleport. Middle of nowhere is check. Now it's Flashback Japan is now gonna have to take another round to have a different look. But you guys might be able to see it during my part of the live summon. it is going to be so pixelated to have a different look, to be driving, to be set and take place, to be around in the middle of nowhere. So now, time for me to choose the next car. I really bet I might gonna have to go for using any kinds of Japanese car to be doing some pixelated background in Japan. So I bet I should probably might have to go with Nissan for the next vehicle selection. Alright, looks like gonna have to go and grab the Nissan 300CX Kato O Edition. Alright, so good thing I have got it ever since from last week's event from a few months ago. But I bet I might have to go again for the first time ever in this part of the video segment that I've been waiting for during my time of training. Looks so beautiful, and well, you need to have a full customization to have some different features. So let's go and be ready for having a one imported street race to be in the pixel style background. I really bet one strong power supercar might be quite very good to take a hard challenge, but I might have to go serious at this time. So let's go and be on the maintain formation. Porsche 911 GT3 RS is in the lead. Looks like the Ford Mustang is now going in to have the first position by the overtake. I should rather have to go and catch up pronto. Magnificent and well beautiful to have a good Japanese style pixel background to be well driven to be participate in flashback as the original. But this one is the Japan edition to have the same title for this event. But I really hope I could probably have to stay on top of it because it's about to go hard and faster to have one American muscle car to take on to be proceed in lap number 2. Time to go and build up the slipstream. There we go.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
like this.
That's how you do it.
And that's how I roll. Having a very good, excellent racing strategy like playing Midnight Club 2 all over again to have a slipstream turbo. Oh, looks like Glenn is so very good to catch up to stay in the lead. 2 can play that game. But let's give it a go to have a Kaido battle to be on the pixel style background. Come on, gonna have to stay on top of it. First place is gonna have to do a necessary main objective time to go for the goal. And there it is. Coming back to be in the lead. Just like having a shortcut, but eventually the most quickest advantage will have to be, will speed up to be on the pace. But there you go, 2 minutes 21.938 seconds is now officially to have a first single attempt without any full maximum upgrades. Now that's a very good classic street race competition to be in the Japanese style pixel background. Man, I'm so very good to be well thrilled to be impressed. But after the event ends, it'll have to go back to normal after having a dim background is going to be well faded away. But this is going to be so very awesome to be participate in Flashback Japan during episode 2 in season 5 of American Legend. So let's go and have a good check to be on the map. Alright, so I guess that might be quite very good to be doing some common sense to have the track layout. But this part of the sharp turn to have 2 of them on the middle of nowhere to be as the original street race event. But the Flashback Japan edition might be going much actually to have a different wide open turn to have some curves to becoming much more fine reduced when during the part of the dim background is going to be so different to be look alike. Only 2 events in same location is going to be very good to be well checked to be exact difference. But I kind of like it. I kind of like it, and very good to be well fun to enjoy. But now, it all comes down to this, to have one more event to go in stage number 5 of the US Speed Tour East Edition to have Rallycross. We'll have to be continuing on to start out from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Pikes Peak, Colorado. I really bet all the practice work just barely paid off, but now it's about to get serious and go for the normal difficulty to be at 120 by the recommend. So let's do this and get ready to roll it out. I'm so very excited for having a journey to go over to be at Pikes Peak International. Time for me to go for select a vehicle to be selected. Deselect Nissan, and this time I'm not gonna have to go and choose the Globe Motorsport Edition to the Ford Focus RS Rallycross 2016. It looks so very good to have a time attack car we'll have to be driving around to be on the dirt and tarmac all together. Good thing it is going to be much more fine premium look for free. But eventually to have a drip cam rooftop to be well attached during the progress to be on the recording session. So here I go and take on in the starting position in about 5 seconds. Take place to be at the bridge platform, so here I go. 6 minutes and 31 seconds at the main
Let's
ejection
see
time.
how well the drivers do on stage number 5. US Speed Tour East, Santa Fe, New Mexico to Pikes Peak, Colorado.
Alright, so I know this is going to be very challenging when driving the Globe Motorsport Edition in the Ford Focus RS Rallycross. Is going to be becoming more difficult and well stability because of the big wing spoiler. But very good car, but very much more difficult to have a handling to be very more careful. So let's drive gentle and go for the strategy. We'll have to take some sharp turns to be on the rallycross track. So gonna have to go up the hill. Here comes the checkpoint by the next mark. 5 seconds behind the gap. Gonna have to keep it much more careful to stay stationary. There goes the contact. I really might need to have the traction set to be on as well, but set to be at 0 is going to be very hard to handle. Come on. Let's keep that good big wing focus. We'll have to stay in maintain formation. Whoa, Nelly. Checkpoint cleared by the handling, and gonna have to stay on top of it. Kick up the nitro and going up the hill. Now entering in the canyon lands in the mountain state. But you'll have to take more turns to be keeping up and go for the main distance until we're about to be arriving at Colorado. Going back to be at Central Hills to be going nearby at the forest. So let's hit the street, pass by the checkpoint, we'll have to be moving on. Alright, that's it. Looks like the turns are about to get a little bit turned around. Okay, there we go. Checkpoint now cleared and moving on. Moving on in 43% in the progression. Gonna have to go straight, go forward to be on the asphalt. Almost there to be at 50% in the progression. I got this in the bag. Now gonna have to go on to be on the braking position to take a sharp turn. We'll have to be moving on to be at the next route. I'm halfway there to be at Pikes Peak Mountain, you guys. The satellites are about to be well placed to be as a landmark. That's where I'm going. here comes the hill by the elevation. It's going to get much more challenging for the Globe Motorsport Edition to the Ford Focus RS Rallycross. Perfect drift. Now gonna have to kick up the nitro. Still in the Central Hills in the Mountain State. Farewell to New Mexico, and heading in to be at Colorado for having a final destination to be arrived at Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. But I really bet that the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb is a time attack event to be participate to have all kinds of different cars for having a very good, excellent horsepower to be packed up to go and climb the mountains. I really bet that the street race event comes in by having 2 times the amount. We'll have to go for the difference between uphill and downhill at Pikes Peak. So you guys have remembered playing Gran Turismo 2 back then. It was so fun and well enjoyable to have one time attack. We'll have to take a sprint course to be featured ever since from 1999. But here in the Crew 2, this part of the track layout is going to be becoming very good wide open for any racers to be driving on the road. But no longer to be on the dirt, but because it's going to get much more tarmac to be well driven up to be on the hill climb ever since when I participate to have the part of the Pikes Peak Hill Climb in the live summit. 88% is now currently to be on the main progression. Going forward and proceed in about 9% remaining in the progression. There we go. Keep dropping smoothly and keep that big wang to be well stationary.
And that's the last checkpoint before Pikes Peak. They're about to discover true hill climbing. Watch them hit the gas.
Hello, Pikes Peak Hill Climb. I'm so very good to be arrived as well before the next part of the video, you guys. I'm so very good and well enjoyable to be test and overcome to drive the Globe Motorsport Edition to the Ford Focus RS Rallycross. It was so fun and well enjoyable to have all events to be raced around in Santa Fe, especially 2 of them to go for the entry leaving point to be going back onto Texas. But I mean, it is going to be so great to do a perfect moment for doing another part to be in the next video. So I bet Pikes Peak Special, and especially to have a mountain for only 1 street race, to have 2 of them to be take place for having 1 track layout to be having a very good perfect moment to take on in the mountains. After that, stage number 6, we'll have to go for the rally raid to take on from Pikes Peak, Colorado to St. Louis, Missouri. But I really bet it does, because it might have to take some time. We'll have to go circle back around to be at New York at the East Coast. Time to wrap this up, you guys. The next part of the video in 51 in the Crew 2 will have to take some time, and gonna have to go in to have some more events later on for this part of the video segment. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for watching. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Deviant Art, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS card livery, Total Drama fan art with card livery, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time to continue on in the full walkthrough in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.